So now currently, as you can see, when we press back button of device, it is just closing our app and not doing any other function. So we did not want this kind of behavior. We want it to do some other function. So for that, open normal types RV adapter and we will define and declare one special callback. So at the top of normal types RV adapter, we will declare private final. On back pressed dispatcher, we will call it dispatcher and we will declare private on back pressed callback. We will call it current active callback and we will set it to null initially. Now in constructor, we will set dispatcher to main activity dot get on back pressed dispatcher, so it will dispatch that event to us. Now in onBind view holder class we have to do, so we will uncomment that part of code. We will remove to do and we will check if current active callback is not equal to null, then we will remove that callback and we will assign that callback to holder dot on back pressed callback that we are going to create, and then we will pass main activity to add callback and we will pass current active callback. So we need to define this on back pressed callback in holder. So open view holder class. In that, at the top, we will define private final on back pressed callback. We will call it on back pressed callback. Now in the constructor of this view holder class, just before item view dot post, just before initialize web view, we will define on back pressed callback is equal to new on back pressed callback and it expects one arguments boolean enabled. So we will pass false by default, so it will not be enabled by default and we will enable it by checking some conditions. Now in handle on back pressed, first of all we will check if custom horizontal manager dot if not scrolling, then only we will go inside. Inside we will create a try block. In that try block we will check if view holder is not equal to null and is layout invisible. Then in that case we will extract home page URL with the help of db.get homepage URL. Then we will check if custom view is not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then that means that there is some full screen video present in custom view container. So we have custom view callback. So we'll call that custom view callbacks on custom view hidden method. So that will hide that full screen view on back press. Then we will write else if find box RL is not equal to null and find box RL dot get visibility is equal to visible. So if find box RL is visible, that means that our find in page box is visible. So we'll refer custom edit text, find edit text ABLL. So our find box view stub contains that edit text, find edit text ABLL. So we are referencing that over here. So we'll reference it from find box RL itself using find view by ID r.id dot find edit text ABLL. Then we'll extract editable. We'll call it editable here from find edit text ABLL with the help get text. Then we will check if editable here is not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then we will call editable here dot clear. After clearing editable, we will hide our find box RL by setting its visibility to invisible. Then we will clear matches of web view because we hided our find box RL. After clearing matches, we will create a try block and we will refer to input method manager IMM is equal to context dot get system service activity dot input method service, and we will cast it to input method manager. Then we will check if IMM is not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then we will check IMM dot hide soft input from window because currently it is showing, and we will pass find edit text ABLL dot get window token and we will pass 0 as flag. Then we will catch exception and ignore it, so it will hide soft keyboard if it is visible. Then after this we will check else if we are in full screen mode. So if we are in full screen mode, then we will call exit full screen mode. Then we will check else if web view dot can go back. So if our web page that is loaded inside our web view can go back, then we will first of all set require scroll to true. So it will, as you can see, in on page finished, if require scroll is true, then it will restore the scroll position, that is scroll y of web page. So hence we are setting require scroll to true when going back. And then we will call webview dot go back. After that we will check else if homepage URL dot equals new tab. If it equals to new tab, then we will check one more thing, and is HPC visible. If it is not visible, then we will set favicon IB dot set background to null, that will remove favicon. Then we will set favicon IB dot set image bitmap to null, and we will set favicon IB dot set background resource to r dot drawable dot earth background, that is public earth PG. Then we will call webview dot stop loading. Then we will set clear history, and we will set webview container dot set visibility to invisible. Then we will check if global animation is not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, Then we will cancel that. After that we will make progress bar invisible. Then we will set homepage cl dot set visibility to visible. Then we will call make HP visible, and then we will set last URL to web view dot get URL, and thereafter we will load URL in web view about blank. Then we will show HP controls, and we will set card title dot set text to r dot string dot new tab. After this we will check else. If it is not equals to new tab and if HPC is visible, then we are writing else part. In that we will check if homepage URL dot equals new tab. If it is not equals to new tab, then we will check one more thing using and we want to check text utils dot is empty web view URL string. If it is not empty, then we want to check one more thing, web view URL string dot equals homepage URL. So if it is not equals to that homepage URL, then in that case we will set decorations to homepage URL. We want to load homepage URL, and we will pass view holder dot this as instance of this view holder class. Then we will make homepage CL visible by setting its visibility to, we want to make it invisible, so we'll set its invisible, so we will set its visibility to invisible. Since we want to load other URL, then we will call is HPC visible, and we will set its value to false. Then we will set web view container dot set visibility to visible, because we want to load a different homepage, not our default homepage. Now we will call set clear history. Then we will first of all load URL, homepage URL, and then we will check if is progress bar visible. If it is not visible, then in that case we will make progress bar visible. Else if we will check custom horizontal manager dot is scroll unlocked. So open your custom horizontal manager. So we have variable is scroll unlocked, so we will define this method which will return boolean is scroll unlocked, and it will return is scroll unlocked to us. So if scroll unlocked is false, then in that case we'll set is layout invisible to false. We'll set view holder, which represents currently expanded tab, to null, because we want to minimize that tab. Then we want to hide soft keyboard, hence just copy this try catch block over here. After that we'll pass item view dot get window token over here. Then we'll call make title bar, make title visible. Then we'll set empty frame RL dot set visibility to visible. Then we will call web view dot on pause. So just comment this and keep it as to do. Then we will call custom horizontal manager dot minimal deselect item, and we will pass new setter callback. In the set now method, we will create a try block. In that we will check if future is equal to null, then we will submit future using our service dot submit, and we will submit new draw bitmap to it if it is null. In the exception case, we will set tab preview ib dot set background color to color surface, and then we will replace this with lambda. After that, so for this if block, we will create else block. So if view holder is equal to null and is layout invisible is also false, then in that case we will call main activity dot finish, because we do not have any expanded view holder currently. Now for this outer try block, we will catch exception and just ignore it to prevent any crash, and we will give semicolon over here to complete on back pressed callback. Now we have method select this tab. In this we will check if current active callback is not equal to null, then we will remove it and we will set current active callback to on back pressed callback of this view holder, and we will add dispatcher dot add callback, and we will pass main activity and current active callback, so it will dispatch back pressed events to us, and we will set on back pressed callback dot set enabled to true because we have expanded tab. Now as you can see in our on bind view holder, if current active pose is equal to position, that means that we have expanded view holder, hence we did the same thing, we removed previous callback if it is not equal to null, and we set this to holder dot on back pressed callback, so it will represent the expanded view holder back pressed callback. Now we are ready with our code. We will test it on emulator. So now as you can see, instead of finishing activity, it is doing other functionality, and when all types are minimized, then it will finish our main activity. So in the next video we will handle those to-dos, that is we are currently not handling on pause, on resume and on destroy of web views. So we'll handle that in the next video.